Okay, for some customers out there, you might want to upgrade your WeatherLink Live to add a 6345 soil moisture, leaf wetness, temperature sensor, which is one of these devices here. Sometimes, depending on your requirements, we can pre-configure that and send it out to you. So literally you just need to plug everything in, or you might want to set it up yourself. It's entirely up to you. So this would be kind of the kit that you'd be sent out. 6345 with the transmitter aerial. Open it up. We have room for 2 leaf wetness sensors, 2 temperature sensors. We tend not to use the soil moisture with these kits. So for example, this one, we have your soil, your leaf wetness sensor plugged in here. And we can see that, follow the cable down, there is our leaf wetness sensor, and we can see that that is installed sort of a few inches above the ground. Perfect positioning for it, ideally above grass or something similar material, even astro. We wouldn't want to put that above concrete or tarmac or anything like that, and that kind of height off the ground. Keep the area around it trimmed back. We wouldn't want leaf or whatever, or foliage growing over the sensor, and again just keep the area clean. And then we've got on this one we've got a soil temperature sensor, which is this one here. Obviously we're not in the ground with this, but you would have it lower down and then buried in the ground, maybe sort of 10 centimeters in or something like that, a little bit shallower maybe. So that would be how you would set the station up or mount it, similar to this. It could be mounted on a tripod leg if you wanted to. So you can see we've already got our battery inside, and then you think, well, how do we configure that device? How do we add it to WeatherLink? So there is our WeatherLink device. It'll be sitting in our office. This would be outside. So again, the same as the weather station that you would already have, or most likely have. You have a maximum of 300 meters line of sight between the devices. So this doesn't necessarily have to go on the same tripod that you've got the weather station on. Majority of circumstances, yes, it would go on the same tripod, but you can have it slightly differently, just bearing in mind that line of sight range. So if you then came to configure it, we would go back into our WeatherLink app, open up our body for our station. We know that this one's the PWS test one. Open that up. We want to edit the configuration. We want to edit the stations and sensors. So we want to add a 6345. So if we take this, is going to be channel 3, for example, ID 3. So it's got a little snapshot here of the dip switches, which we've talked about before. So for this particular one, we want dip switch number 2 in the up position, as per this. And then we're going to click on that, and it's going to be, what do we want this to be? Well, in this situation, it's a leaf soil temp station. So we hit that, we go next, and then we have to say what ports we've got in use. So from a leaf perspective, we're in port 1. So we select that. And then from a temperature perspective, we're actually using port 2 on this one. We've selected that. So as we can say, port 1 leaf, port 2 temperature, hit next, give it a name. So we're going to call this, for example, 6345 PWS test, hit done. And as simple as that, we've installed the 6345 transmitter and sensors onto WeatherLink, and then that will become available within weatherlink.com and on the app. Okay, so just talking about the 6345 transmitter that we added to the WeatherLink Live device a few seconds ago, we can see that we've got that sensor added. So we've added a temp 2 because it's in port 2, leaf wetness 1, and then we can double check that configuration over here and device configuration, and there we can see the 6345 PWS test that we just added via the app. Equally, if you wanted to, you could add it via the this WeatherLink login page here on weatherlink.com. So you can do it via the app, or you can do it on the page, whichever way you want to.